The Queensland Government has doubled the first homeowners grant, and today we're going to talk everything you need to know to be successful in your property dreams for 2024. Jaden, let's kick things off and talk about what has actually changed.
The first homeowners grant is a one-off payment that's designed to help you pretty much with your deposit and get into the property market quicker. So this is paid pretty much at settlement. It goes towards your deposit. And like Nathan said, for a short time only, the Queensland government has doubled the grant. It's $30,000 that can go towards your brand new home. But Nathan, there are some caveats. So what are the terms and conditions of this? Because it's not available on every property.
That's right, Jaden. To be eligible for this grant, you've got to apply between November of last year until June of 2025. It's only eligible for brand new homes up to a value of $750,000, which means if you're buying an established property, you won't qualify for this. If you're buying over $750,000 worth of property, you won't qualify. So that's if you're building the land value and the total build value. So something to be careful of here.
Yeah, it's also available on newly built townhouses or homes, considered off the plan. The main caveat is it cannot have been lived in before. So it's an existing home. Even if it's been renovated, they put a new kitchen, it doesn't qualify. It has to be a brand new home. The exciting thing with this scheme, though, is that it's available to people that aren't on the home guarantee scheme. So you are allowed to buy, eligible for the Queensland First Homeowners Grant if you're a New Zealand citizen, if you're a permanent resident, or an Australian citizen. So in previous grants, New Zealand citizens have unfortunately missed out on this, but you cannot have received the first homeowners grant, or potentially your spouse, if you're buying together, cannot have bought a property in the past.
You can't have it all.
There are a couple of caveats there, Nathan. If you're looking at using this grant, can you use it with some of the other schemes and benefits that are available?
Yeah, 100%. You can double dip this grant. So if you're buying a brand new property and you qualify for the $30,000 first homeowners grant, and you also qualify for the home guarantee scheme where you can put down a 5% deposit, you can actually qualify for both and double dip on those grants. On top of that, you've also got first homeowner concession. So if you're buying a property up to $500,000 in Queensland, there's no stamp duty, and between $500,000 and $550,000, you get discounts. So you can absolutely double dip on a lot of these schemes and grants. One of the beautiful things to keep in mind is you can actually use the $30,000 from the first homeowners grant toward your deposit. So if you needed, say for example, a 5% deposit and the $30,000 in grant is available to you, you can actually utilize those funds towards your deposit. Now, some lenders have a requirement of showing genuine savings. Jaden, run us through this and how some lenders actually don't require this nowadays.
Yeah, so you might be buying a home for say $700,000. It's a brand new townhouse that you can move straight into. So you're going to be eligible for the $30,000 first homeowners grant, and potentially if you're using the home guarantee scheme, you need in total about $60,000 deposit, including your stamp duty and everything else. So in this case, you potentially only need an extra $30,000. But if you've been given it from your parents and you haven't had that sat in your account, some banks will need genuine savings. They'll want it to sit in your account, wasting away for at least 3 months to show that you've been a good saver and you're sort of a good liability, I guess, in the eyes of the bank.
You lied to me.
Well, you can't handle the truth.
But a couple of banks have recently changed the rules around this. They're okay with gifted funds. If your parents give you $30,000, for example, then you got $30,000 from the government. They consider that non-genuine savings that hasn't sat in your account. And some are okay with it as long as it's in your account. Others potentially will, use your rental ledger. So they'll say, well, Nathan and I have been renting for the last 12 months in our unit, and the equivalent that we've paid is $20,000 or $30,000 in rent. Although they don't consider that a rental amount savings, they say, well, you've been paying your rent consistently. We believe that you're going to be able to pay your mortgage consistently and you're good to go.
So Jaden, a big question a lot of us have out there is how do you actually apply for the schemes or grants?
Yeah, so starting with the first homeowners grant, the $30,000, this is applied during the mortgage process. So we'll do your home loan application, we'll do your first homeowners grant application at the same time, and the funds get processed kind of in the background by the bank, and the money is made available on settlement to go towards your deposit. The home guarantee scheme is a similar process. We do that as a part of the home loan application. Your LMI gets waived, you get a government guarantee spot, and it all happens at the same time. So you don't need to do this separately.
One of the things that you do need to remember is if you are looking to get yourself under the home guarantee scheme, you actually need your tax returns lodged for FY24, and you need to provide your notice of assessment. So if you haven't done that, that is something you absolutely need to have completed prior to being able to apply for that scheme. We would actually get you a spot in that scheme. If you're getting pre-approved, the spot's actually guaranteed for 3 months. And to qualify for the stamp duty concession, this is all taken care of by your solicitor. It's usually as long as you purchase under the thresholds, your solicitor will take care of that. There's actually not much you need to do. There is some paperwork and forms you need to fill in for that, but mostly that'll be taken care of by your solicitor. Jaden, is there anything else that first homeowners out there need to be aware of in order to really succeed in 2024 when purchasing their first home?
Yeah, I think you want to be working with a broker who's familiar with these schemes. I helped a couple recently. They bought an off-the-plan home and they didn't even realize there was a change in the homeowner's grant. So one thing that you need to be kind of careful of is if you've bought a place off the plan, if the contract's dated before the date Nathan mentioned in November 2023, you may not be eligible for this. So speak with your solicitor, make sure you're eligible and see what's possible. You might today have bought a place that's worth and eligible for the $30,000.
It's beautiful.
At Hunter Galloway, we're the home for home buyers across Australia. We're based in Brisbane. We help home buyers all across Queensland. So if you're looking at buying a home, if you've got an existing home looking to refinance, we'd love to help out. Hit us up at huntergalloway.com.au. And until next time, see you later.